In today's video, we are going to talk about the basics of various types of retirement accounts, and also the advantages and disadvantages of each type of retirement account. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I have an added bonus for you. I will tell you exactly how you should prioritize the funding of each type of retirement account. All right, let's dive right in. When it comes to retirement, there is a lot of confusion because there are too many choices for retirement accounts. Choices like IRA, 401k, 403b, and HSA. Although it's confusing, the most important thing to note about all of these accounts is that they are all tax advantaged, meaning they all reduce the amount of taxes you need to pay to Uncle Sam. And that means more money in your pocket. First, let's take a look at 401k and 403b accounts. These are very similar accounts in that they're both offered by your employer. The maximum contribution limit is $23,000 for the year 2024. And if you're 50 or above, on top of that max contribution limit, you can additionally contribute $7,500. Really, the only difference between these two types of accounts is that 401ks are offered by for-profit employers, like a company, and 403bs are offered by non-profit employers, like, say, for example, a government school. Each one of these types of retirement accounts have their own superpower, and the superpower of a 401k or a 403b is the employer match. In order to incentivize folks to save for a retirement, many employers match the contributions that you make to a 401k or a 403b account. Here is an employer match example. Let's assume your salary is $50,000 and your employer offers a 100% match on all of your contributions each year, up to a maximum of 6% of your annual income. In this scenario, when you work out the math, the maximum amount your employer would contribute each year is $3,000. If you contribute $50 to your 401k or 403b account, then your employer will match that contribution and also contribute $50 to your account. Now, if you increase your contribution to $3,000, then your employer will also contribute $3,000 to your account. And of course, if you contribute more than $3,000, your employer will still only match up to $3,000 because that is your employer's maximum contribution match. If you step back and think about this for a second, you'll realize that your employer is giving you this $3,000 for free. And all you need to do to get this free money is just save some money in your own retirement account. So make sure you save into your 401k or 403b at least up to that match that your employer gives you so that you don't leave that free money on the table. Next, let's look at an IRA, also known as the individual retirement account. The IRA, when compared to a 401k, is managed by you versus being managed by your employer. Specifically, you create your own IRA account and put money into it and invest that money, as opposed to your employer creating that account and managing it for you. IRAs have much lower contribution limits compared to 401ks. For the year 2024, the maximum you can contribute to your IRA is $7,000. If you're 50 years or older, that max contribution limit is increased by $1,000. However, IRAs have more mutual fund investment options when compared to a 401k. Now, the IRA has its own superpower, and that superpower is lower fees. Generally speaking, IRAs have lower expense ratios for their mutual funds compared to 401ks or 403bs. With these lower fees, the money that you put into an IRA will grow faster when compared to the money you put into a 401k. IRAs, 401ks, and 403bs come in two different flavors. They can either be traditional or they can be Roth. When you put your money into a traditional retirement account, the money that you put in does not get taxed. But when you retire, when you pull out that money and the growth of that money, at that point you'll get taxed. A Roth retirement account is the exact opposite of a traditional retirement account. The money that you put into a Roth is taxed up front. And whenever you go in to take that money out during retirement, you don't pay any taxes on that principal or the growth of that money. Now let's turn to my favorite and the most powerful retirement account out there. And this is called the Health Savings Account, also known as an HSA. The money that you put into an HSA has two possible paths. The first path is when you use the money in the HSA for medical expenses. In this scenario, the money that you put into the account does not get taxed, and the money that you use from that account when you pull that money out is also not taxed as long as you use it for medical expenses. And on top of that, when you use this money for medical expenses, you can pull this money out anytime. You don't have to wait for retirement. The second path of an HSA is when you use the HSA funds for non-medical expenses. And in this path, the money that you put in does not get taxed. However, when you pull that money out during retirement, that money gets taxed. So worst case scenario, your HSA performs as well as a traditional retirement account. And in best case scenario, your HSA has the best of both worlds of a traditional account and a Roth, where the money does not get taxed in and that money does not get taxed out. Now that is pretty awesome. The HSA also has relatively low contribution limits when compared to a 401k. For an individual, you can contribute up to $4,150 for the year 2024 into your HSA. And if you're contributing for your whole family, that limit goes all the way up to $8,300. And for folks 55 or older, that total contribution limit is increased by another $1,000. One thing to note is that in order to be eligible for an HSA account, you have to be enrolled in a high deductible healthcare insurance plan for that year. Before we get to the bonus portion of this video, if you're enjoying the content so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to me and helps this channel grow. All right, we are finally at the bonus part of our video, and I'm going to tell you how to prioritize the money that you contribute for retirement. First, you need to contribute enough money into your 401k or 403b plan to maximize your employer's match. If you don't do that, you are just leaving free money that you can get on the table. Next step is to contribute the maximum amount of money that you can to your HSA. That's because the HSA has the tax advantages of both the traditional IRA and a Roth IRA, all put into one type of retirement account. The next step is to contribute as much as you can to your IRA, because the IRA generally has lower fees than the 401k or a 403b, and that way your money will grow faster than it would in a 401k or a 403b. And in the final step, if there's any more money that you can contribute to your 401k or 403b past the amount that your employer has already matched, you will go ahead and do that and max out your 401k or 403b. That's it for today's video, but come back again soon and we'll talk about more personal finance topics. Bye.